And there he is. And, well, Hikaru needs to win this one as well to have a chance to win a competition. Big matchup.
It is basically must win for Hikaru to keep up with the players on top of the standings. And the game has started. Hikaru with the black pieces. Slightly better for Esipenko here. What are we seeing, David?
Yeah, it's still early days. It's still one of the main lines of the Sicilian. And essentially, white has a small advantage because white has control over a nice square, an outpost that can't be challenged by any black pawns on d5. But yeah, Hikaru is a master at just maneuvering in these types of positions. And yeah, I will mention it is definitely must win because he's been upfloated. We talked about the Swiss system. Normally you play someone on the same points as yourself, but Hikaru gets an opportunity to leapfrog someone just above him in the standings. And yeah, to keep the pace, he needs to win with black. No easy task against a former candidate like Esipenko.
Yeah, and we see some pawn exchanges there. Now that hole has sort of been covered, which I think generally favors black a little bit, and the evaluation bar might reflect that. And black, I kind of prefer to be black now because black's got a straightforward plan. You look where the pawn structure, black has what we call a majority of pawns on the king side, 4 pawns there versus white's 3. So you want to try to use those pawns because they can overwhelm your opponent's position. So I like that plan for black, and I like attacking on the king side. So now, and there he goes, I'm going to say I'd rather be in black's shoes, but in all fairness, it's still equal.
Yeah, these were the types of positions that back in the day, I sound like a grumpy old man, but back in the days of like Bobby Fischer and others who were playing these kind of Sicilian Najdorf positions, it was just assumed these were just fantastic for black. The black pawns motor forward, as Simon says, they go towards the white king and you deliver checkmate. It was kind of a pre-written script. But computers have come in and said, okay, I can defend, and in the meantime, I have counterplay on the other side. As we see the eval bars roughly level, it's a matter of taste. Essentially, for white, you're going to try and promote or make a new queen. For black, you're going for checkmate. So I think, in general, for the storyline of Title Tuesday in this game, it's good news for Hikaru in his winning attempts because it is so imbalanced, and it's going to be a real fight. I don't think this one's going to be a draw.
Okay. Well, we love to hear that. Hikaru Nakamura on 6.5 points, 3 minutes on the clock. We know he is amazing in online blitz chess. He's always great when there's little time on the clock. He is number 2 in the world, also in classical chess. What is his style, David?
Universal.
Yeah.
Went to ending and beat this guy just to show him that, yes, I can play endings, prove his point. This type of structure, David, it reminds me of the World Championships between Magnus and Fabiano Caruana. Caruana had this kind of pawn structure of white, and Magnus often went into this with black. But it is very dynamic and probably good for both sides if they want to win Title Tuesday this week. They both really need to go for it here.
Yeah, but Esipenko retreating, there's a bit of a roadblock for white. The move you want to play is so well guarded. You want to push your pawn forward, but black controls any advances. Black, in the meantime, can choose when to pull the trigger and go for his own pawn pushes. So I think Hikaru in blitz chess, kind of practical terms, just easier a position for him to play. And maybe that is reflected in the clock times. Esipenko down around the 2-minute mark. Hikaru, yeah, he's almost as fast as Andrew Tang, I would say. Super speedy when he wants to be. He's also got the connect 4, my favorite pawn chain. And meanwhile, your favorite thing landing on the board here, Simon, the H-pawn push.
Yeah, he's pushing that pawn up. Maybe even white is trying to take over something on the king side. There you go. The rook swings over. And Esipenko is saying, okay, you're not going to have all the fun on that side of the board. I'm going to try to come in and cause a little bit of problems there. Very important, I think one of the things you mentioned there, David, is in blitz chess, who has the easier position to play? And there you go. Black is just pushing his pawns. And even if it's not a better position, if your moves are easier, more natural to play, it makes a big difference. Is that white knight going somewhere, though?
Yeah, that white knight has a nice path. Good spot, Simon. Like, that's a juicy kind of final destination, supported by a pawn, a nice outpost, probably landing with a fork. So Hikaru has a 2-move window to attack before the white knight gets in. And look at that. The white rook lands in the corner. It started the game in the other corner. And Hikaru is now going to blow open the position before the white knight lands. And the white king is the target.
Yeah, it looks to be very weak on the dark squares here. And Hikaru trying to break through. And I saw Hikaru shake his head a little bit there. But I don't know if that was in pure joy. And all the evaluation bar, it has changed.
Massively better.
Yeah, what is the move? It's crashed in black's favor. The first move is the most obvious one, I believe. You should probably take this pawn, lure the white king out. Then the black knight might start landing with some checks. That knight can be taken, but that would only come with the white the F-file opening, and there we go. It's a series of checks from Hikaru. Maybe not the best according to the eval bar, but good enough. And now you just need to add the black queen somehow.
And look at it. This is typical Hikaru when he starts looking at the ceiling, trying to calculate the way through to the win. He's watched that Queen's Gambit many a time, and he's jumped into the position. But the dark squares, they're very weak around White's king, and Black, Hikaru has a dark square bishop. This is very scary for Esipenko.
And meanwhile, Andreykin and Minle have played a draw. Andreykin now on 8 points, meaning if Hikaru wins this game, he will only be half a point behind on 7.5.
Ooh, gap is closing,
Yep.
and Magnus Carlsen looks like he's maybe slightly better against Alexei Serrano, but still in the fight there. Hikaru, he is such a clutch player. He knows when to change gears. He knows how to kind of steady the ship after the setbacks. And right now, if the black pieces can land any check against the white king, it's almost checkmate. Just need to break through on the dark squares.
Yeah, it's horrible. I mean, White can hardly move anything as well. You might even let the F pawn join in the attack here. Hikaru, the only slight danger, he's got 45 seconds. He's got to not forget about the clock and try to calculate his way to victory. Even someone as strong as Hikaru can get too short a time. So he's trying to find the win. Is there something clear here? There should be, right?
There should be. I mean, the move I would want to play is to bring the black queen in and try to go in and behind. But if it doesn't land a checkmate, you could find yourself up a blind alley. And in the meantime, there was a pawn attack. The white queen was hitting b6. But Hikaru, he's panicking. Look at him on the camera. I'm sure he's telling his chat that he froze, that he should have been quicker. 27 seconds is not a lot at all.
Yeah. He's down on the clock. Esipenko still with 49 seconds left. Is there chances Hikaru loses this on the clock?
It's very possible. If you don't land the checkmate, if the queens come off the board, it's an endgame, you get flagged. So Hikaru needs to go for the white king. I think he's still a favorite here, Simon, but not going to be easy.
Yeah, it's a very crafty move Hikaru played there, because now his queen is, well, maybe threatening to come into the position. The bishop is getting a good place. Esipenko just grabs the pawn, but 21 seconds.
Oh, and look at the bar.
Yeah, it's changed. What's the mood, though? It looks very scary.
Yeah.
Is it just a draw?
Yeah, you can't dodge a check here, and the white queen can now drop back and force a queen exchange. And it looks like a perpetual check. Esipenko's playing for the win, though. He could have repeated the position.
He's going for it. And look at those pawns. Why not? And look at the time. It's all going to come down to the clock again. This is what this guillotine time limit comes down to. It's 10 seconds versus 10 seconds.
Ooh.
Esipenko has an extra pawn. It's all about the white pawns that are pushing forward. He has a winning position now, Esipenko. 2 extra pawns, but it's all about the clock. Hikaru is going into flag mode. The black knight is dropping. The white pawns are so close to promotion. Totally winning for Esipenko. Can he close it out? Hikaru is about to crash to defeat.
I mean, has he lost on time? He has. Esipenko. What a result.
Wow, that was a massive turnaround. Esipenko takes the win against Hikaru Nakamura. Another loss for Hikaru, losing on the board. But I think he actually officially lost on the clock. He got flagged here, Hikaru. Hard break. And look